rise in the boiler one. I'm Ben Kinney. Kristen and Jason are off tonight. It may be September, but it's going to feel more like mid-July outside in central New York this week. Let's head over to the Weather Center. That's where we find meteorologist Eric Gage with the first look forecast tonight at 6.
Yeah, and it's feeling a lot more like mid-July with very midsummer-like temperatures. In fact, here's a look at the highest feels-like temperatures recorded today. 88 Herkimer and Camden, 87 in Westmoreland, 79 Colebrook, 80 Old Forge, 89 in Sherburne, 83 degrees in Brookfield. It's definitely feeling very warm and very humid out, and temperatures are still in the low 80s, but again, factoring in that humidity, it feels a little bit more warm out there, feeling like 85 degrees currently measured at Griffith Park in Rome. And on top of that, we haven't really seen this too much this summer, but here it is. Heat advisories now in effect for tomorrow, and that's going to be for tomorrow morning, lasting throughout tomorrow evening as temperatures will continue to rise into the low 80s with feels like temperatures climbing up into the low 90s. But again, things are quiet right now on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Quiet conditions tonight with patchy fog developing. A very warm and humid day tomorrow. I'll go into more detail on the exact temperatures we could be expecting coming up. Back to you, Ben.
Thank you very much, Eric. We have new information.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good evening and happy Labor Day. A very warm day across central New York with feels like temperatures in the upper 80s across the Mohawk Valley. It'll only get warmer for tomorrow and Wednesday. Here's a live look at our Nexus camera looking at downtown Utica. We're looking at some sunshine. Some areas did see some clouds earlier on today, but for the most part, things are clearing out. We're looking at more quiet weather in store for us for the near future. So again, let's take a look at the Nexus camera right now. Still, we're looking at sunshine for the time being, but for the most part, humidity will still be lingering for the near future, at least until the end of next weekend. So not feeling like fall-like for at least the next several days. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. We are dry across central New York for the time being, and temperatures checking in with our sky watchers. 82 Middleville, 82 in Fairfield, 83 in Clinton, 84 degrees in Yorkville. And although this is not factoring in humidity, so we'll feel a bit warmer than that out there this evening. 81 West Leiden and 77 in Curtis Corners. Wrapping up the Mohawk Valley, 84 in Frankfort, 80 in Paynes Hollow, 82 in Whitesboro. And to the south, 83 Eaton, 76 Milford, 83 in West Lawrence. Looking at our forecasted heat index over the next couple days, again factoring in humidity along with the temperatures, noticing for Tuesday and Wednesday it will feel like the low 90s out there. So if you are working outside, just pack some extra waters, find ways to stay cool as the humidity will feel somewhat oppressive out there. And again, heat advisories are in effect for Tuesday and most likely Wednesday once we get more information on the forecast for that too. Still, heat sticks around for Thursday and Friday, but scattered showers and storms will bring a bit of a relief to the oppressive heat with the sunshine. And then on Saturday, still humidity sticks around, but heat indexes will not feel as warm with highs feeling like the mid-70s. And again, talking about the humidity, it will remain very high, very tropical for the coming week. And again, it will still stick around throughout Thursday, Friday, into Saturday and parts of Sunday before finally more cooler, refreshing air moves in by the beginning of next week. Radar and satellite showing a dome of high pressure to the west, keeping things quiet, but also what's left of the remnants of Hurricane Idalia, which is still bringing in some cloud cover. Although the rain showers are not moving into the east, this will still linger off the east coast and then move its way to the east within the next couple of days. But one thing it is influencing is cloud cover. And some of you probably saw a bit more clouds than expected today, and that's due to high pressure to the west and what's left of Idalia bringing in some air to the north, and this is converging over central New York, and that's what brought us cloud cover. But as we head into this evening, sunshine will be the dominant weather pattern moving forward. And so clear skies tonight, lows down into the low 60s. Patchy fog developing in valley locations. However, sunshine will peek out for all of us by tomorrow afternoon. High temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, but it will feel like the low 90s with that humidity. And then overnight into early Wednesday morning, temperatures will plummet into the mid 60s, with temperatures warming up into the upper 80s once again for the afternoon. And that's when rain chances will start to increase Wednesday evening as a center of low pressure arrives in the west. And so recap for tonight, mostly clear, patchy fog, lows down into the mid to low 60s. Tomorrow, high of 90, hazy, hot, and humid conditions. Our 7-day forecast, again, that dry weather comes to an end, so enjoy it while it's still here. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, still scattered showers and storms. They linger into Monday and the start of the week.
All right.
Yeah,
well, it's going to be a hot one, to say the least.
And I mentioned before, too, this has not been a common thing with our summer. No heat advisories like last summer, though.
No, there haven't been, and it's weird. It's just so weird.
We got through all of August, and then September, here it comes, and here we go, 90s. So.
All right, thank you very much, Eric. Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6. I'm Ben Kinney. Jason is off tonight. I'm joined by meteorologist Eric Gage. And before anyone asks, no, we did not plan the inverse color of our suits tonight. Just worked out that way. But warmer temperatures are on the way to the area. And Eric, we already have heat advisories posted. And this is something we haven't really seen much of this summer.
Yeah, that's really been a summer-like summer to kind of put those words together. But we have had a heat advisory issued for tomorrow during the day, especially for all of Oneida County, the southern portion of Herkimer County, and Montgomery County, especially the Mohawk Valley I-90 corridor.
Now, what does this mean, a heat advisory? Now, of course, we talk in winter, we talk about the winter weather advisories, you know, spring, summer, we talk about these different watches and warnings. What does the heat advisory mean? So basically, when you factor in humidity along with temperature, it's hard for you to sweat off the heat to cool down. And so it's harder for, it's actually easier for you to overheat. Right.
So because of that, they have advisories issued. That means that if you work outside tomorrow, definitely plan to bring some extra water as well as some extra ice packs. You can cool off a little bit because it's going to be hot. Now, how hot? Temperatures climbing up into the, at least feels like temperatures climbing up into the low to mid 90s. In fact, the current conditions right now, taking a look at the local temperatures, still in the 70s at this point. 71 degrees measured at Griffiths Park in Rome. Still dew points very high, only going to get higher tomorrow. And we'll feel again very tropical out there throughout the area. And the high temperatures will continue. 90 for tomorrow. Again, those feels like temperatures. Continues for Wednesday. Upper 80s Thursday, then a slow cool down back down to normal to wrap up the week by Friday and Saturday. And a live look at the radar. Things are quiet at this point. Rain showers are non-existent in our area for now and will be pretty much dry tomorrow. And again, highs approaching the low 90s, hot and humid conditions. Also be looking at in more detail on what to expect for the week ahead coming up. Back to you, Ben.
Thank you very much, Eric. We have new information.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good evening. Wrapping up a very warm and humid Labor Day with temperatures still on the warm side in the Mohawk Valley in the low 70s. Here's a live look at our Nexus camera looking at downtown Utica. Mostly clear skies. Again, feel a little hazy out there tonight. Feeling very tropical out there too as well. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 dot for the radar. Although it's humid out, things are quiet and dry, and no rain is expected, at least for the near term for tonight and for tomorrow. In fact, temperatures again still on the warm side. 71 degrees in Whitesboro, 69 degrees in Westmoreland, 71 in Deansboro, 70 out in Cleveland. Lowellville 69, Boonville 67, Inlet with 67 degrees as well. And to the south, 69 Cooperstown, Sherburne, 68 Norwich, 70 degrees, still very warm in Unadilla. And regarding the heat, it's going to be a warm next couple of days, starting out with tomorrow. Heat index values, when you factor in the humidity along with the temperature, will feel like the low 90s, low to mid 90s in the Mohawk Valley. That will continue for Wednesday as well. However, as we head into Thursday and Friday, although humidity will still be sticking around, the oppressive sunshine won't be there. More scattered showers and storms as high pressure slowly weakens into our area. But still, as we head into this coming weekend, by Saturday, it will feel much more like normal with temperatures in the low to mid 70s. So a bit of a mini heat wave, if you could call it that, here in central New York. But again, the main story is humidity and lots of it. It will be continuing to be very humid for the next several days. Tropical-like conditions from Tuesday through Friday, even into the start of this coming weekend. And to the more detailed forecast on our Skycast again tonight, overnight lows falling into the low 60s with mostly clear skies. Patchy fog possible developing in those river valley locations. Tomorrow afternoon, highs approaching the mid 80s with feels like temperatures rising up into the low 90s. And then overnight lows tomorrow night will fall back down into the mid to low 60s. And then another very warm day across the area with temperatures approaching the mid to upper 80s. And then weather will start to turn unsettled as high pressure weakens and low pressure becomes dominant from the west. And so a recap for tonight, lows down into the mid to low 60s, mostly clear with some patchy fog developing. Tomorrow, hazy, hot, and humid with highs reaching the low 90s. Our 7-day forecast, after this mini heat wave, things slowly start to cool down with scattered showers and storms for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and into parts of Sunday. But again, that humidity will still stick around. Late summer has arrived, even though I guess some people call it Labor Day the unofficial end of summer. It's I guess the unofficial start to summer again.
Meteorological fall was September 1st. So
yeah, so
by meteorological standards, we're in fall, but the solstice isn't for another 2-3 weeks. So
yeah, so one last push of summer-like weather.
I guess so. All right, thank you very much, Eric. Coming up, Kenny, Jason is off tonight. Thank you for joining us. Warmer temperatures are on the way to start the week. Meteorologist Eric Gage joins us with a look at that and some heat advisories. We really haven't seen a lot of these this summer. And the one thing I want to note is kind of just the weird layout of this. Yeah. You know, how some counties are in it, some counties aren't.
Yeah, and yeah, first off, haven't seen a lot of this. It's not been a very warm summer. At least, I mean, July was actually pretty warm, but with how cool August was, we kind of forgot because it didn't really feel like summer. A lot of clouds, a lot of cool weather. But yeah, return to summer-like conditions. In fact, here's a look at heat advisories in effect for the areas in green. That includes Madison County, Chenango County, and all of Oneida County, southern Herkimer County, and Montgomery County, especially right there. You notice that I-90 corridor. Yep. It's all based on elevation.
Yeah, I was just going to say the topography in there, and like you mentioned that. This is all like the Mohawk Valley, and then even just this sliver of southern Warren County. This is where I'm from. And I know that's a little bit lower elevation of the Adirondack foothills.
And basically what it means is that with heat advisories, because of the temperature as well as the humidity, it will feel more warm. And on top of that, it will be harder for you to cool down. And that's basically why there are heat advisories. So if you work outside, especially tomorrow and Wednesday, definitely bring extra water. Definitely bring extra ice packs with you too, just to have a chance to cool off, get some shade, because it's going to be feeling a little bit warm out there.
Yeah, and the other thing is that humidity actually really brings in haze too. I know a couple people called asking if it was wildfire smoke, but it's not. It's actually the humidity that plays a factor in that.
Yeah, and it's haze, and that's basically just humidity in the air, and that's what we're noticing now. And in fact, look at the current temperatures right now. Not really cooling down by much, only in the upper 60s at this point due to that humidity. 69 measured at Griffith Park in Rome, with dew points still in the upper 60s. That means very humid-like weather across the area. And regarding those temperatures, it'll still be very warm over the next couple of days. Feeling like the low 90s for Tuesday and Wednesday, upper 80s by Thursday. This could change depending on the timing of the arrival of showers and storms. Regardless, it will slowly start to cool down Friday and Saturday. So for the most part, mostly dry weather for tomorrow as well as the start of Wednesday, but that humidity will stick around along with those very high temperatures. So again, tonight, highs, or at least for tomorrow, highs in the low 90s. Hazy, hot and humid conditions. The hot weather will continue for the middle of this coming work week. I'll explain in more detail coming up. Back to you, Ben.
Thank you very much, Eric. We have new information tonight.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good evening. Hope everyone had a fantastic Labor Day and Labor Day weekend. And temperatures today soared in the Mohawk Valley with heat indexes reaching the upper 80s. And for now, things are slowly cooling down, but still temperatures are in the upper 60s to low 70s. Quiet weather, though, from our Nexus camera looking at downtown Utica. And quiet weather will be the main story for the near future. The only thing, though, is going to be the heat and the humidity. That will be sticking around for the next couple of days. Again, dry weather on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 off the radar. Local temperatures this evening are still in the upper 60s to low 70s across all of central New York. 68 Little Falls, 68 Lake Pleasant, 65 Big Moose, 72 Deansboro, 69 Cleveland, 71 in Whitesboro. And to the south, 68 Cooperstown, 64 Schenevus, 67 in Sherburne, and 68 degrees in Hamilton. Taking a look at our heat index forecast when you factor in humidity along with temperatures. Tomorrow and Wednesday, the warmest days of this coming week, it will feel like the low to mid 90s outside. So if you do work outside or planning on spending too much time outside, definitely bring with you some cool bottles of water or some ice packs. As again, you want to find a way to cool down a little bit tomorrow, as although it will be very warm, the humidity will be almost oppressive, especially with that sunshine. Thursday and Friday, a little cooler though, as scattered showers and storms move through the area, so it won't be too bad, but still the humidity will stick around as we head into this coming week. Another thing too to mention as well, to avoid the afternoon dog walk, although it will be 90 outside, pavement such as concrete or asphalt could top 125 or 140. That means that your dog's paws could burn in 5 minutes at 120 or only in a minute at 140 degrees. So if you do take your dogs out for a walk tomorrow, plan it for the early morning or in the evening when it's not so hot out. Again, very warm conditions expected for the next couple of days. Humidity still sticking around too. Tropical-like weather between Tuesday through Friday, lingering into the start of the weekend. More detailed forecast from our Skycast. Tonight, overnight lows falling into the mid to low 60s across the area. Patchy fog developing in River Valley locations. Tomorrow afternoon, very warm, temperatures climbing up into the upper 80s. Heat indexes approaching the low to mid 90s. There are heat advisories in effect for the I-90 corridor as well as Madison and Shenango counties until 7 p.m. tomorrow night. And then Wednesday, starting out with temperatures in the mid to low 60s. And another warm day with plenty of sunshine and again highs approaching the upper 80s. Feels like the low 90s. And so recap for tonight, lows down into the mid to low 60s, mostly clear with patchy fog developing in those River Valley locations. Tomorrow, highs approaching 90 with hazy, hot, and humid conditions. Our 7-day forecast after tomorrow and Wednesday, dry weather starts to move out. Enjoy it while we can because we're back to more scattered showers and storms for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And along with that too, the heat. The heat doesn't stick around too much. We're back down into more average like September temperatures in the low to mid 70s. So yeah, bit of a mini heat wave. Not technically though. We need several days above 90, but we'll count it because it's been since the late, actually it was late July. I think July 28th, the last time we were above 84 degrees. So it's been about a little over the. I'm
trying to remember what Bill called it on Friday, Summer-tember or something like that.
Oh yeah, Summer-tember, a great name.
I think
as soon as August ends, here comes summer.
Yep. Thank you very much, Eric. Coming up next,